you let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay? Let's ride!
Right. Hello, everybody. Hello. It's a Thursday night. It's a great night. Always a great night to broadcast. I always loved Thursdays, and Thursdays have always loved me. And tonight, it is raining outside, which makes it even better. Makes it even better, man. It's actually darkened things up a little bit outside. It's 7:01 p.m., but it looks like it's a little bit later into the summer. The summer is winding down. What can we say? So soon we're going to have our 4:30 sunsets and all that other stuff together, and then it'll just be, the way that it goes. But so I'm getting over that. But still, it's a great time to have you guys around for another show, and it'll be the last full show of the week. We will have our film club watch party tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. I think I might do a Saturday night show from either Studio B or here Studio A. I don't know what I would be doing. Maybe we'll finally talk about that topic I've been just kind of like dangling in front of you guys for a while now. That is the Great American Sleepover. The things that you used to do at sleepovers prior to just the complete distraction that is the internet. When all you had was television, VHS, a couple of different, board games, a couple of video game consoles, you had 2 or 4 controllers that you can plug in there. Everybody just round robins of what everybody is playing at the time. Those are great. And of course, you're never sleeping. So I definitely want to talk about things like that. And maybe that'll be a nice thing to do on a Saturday night when everybody's sleeping, is to talk about the times that we never used to sleep. That is the sleepover party, the Great American Slumber Party, we can call it. And then tonight, of course, because it's Thursday, we've got Badlands that is so kindly picking us up. I hope that we can give you guys a little something that's worthy of sitting back, relaxing, and having a good time with. I also would like to thank my sponsors. That is KetoBrainz. It's the last night of the week, so I just want to give them a little bit of love because it's not that I can't live without KetoBrainz. I just refuse to. I don't want to. 1 to 2 scoops of these things a day, and that's what I'm telling you, you're going to love it. If you haven't already tried it, get in touch with me. I'll send you the samples. You don't have to pay a dime for that. But we're always making new promo codes every month. 15% off this month. You use promo code August. If you're a monthly sponsor, you have a 20% promo code you can use as many times a month as you want. And listen, it's 1 scoop. Boom, you got laser focus. You got clear thinking. You got steady energy. There's no jitters. You never crash. There's no sugar. There's no dairy in it. Nothing like that. Got the alpha GPC for the acetylcholine and the lion's mane for that neurogenesis effect. And then, of course, the MCT oil straight from the coconuts. That's some really great ketone energy supply and all that. So whether you're trying to study or whether it's a pre-workout, it's a post-workout, I use it for everything. Or even if you're like in a retirement home and you're hitting on all the nurses, you need a little bit of, it's for people in all phases of life. Whether you're working your ass off, if you're just in retirement, or if you are grabbing asses at the retirement home, this is what you need, okay? And we know people are grabbing asses at the retirement home because we saw those STD studies among senior citizens a couple of years ago that came out. It's incredible, absolutely incredible what's going on with you. You dirty old people. You're filthier than I am. I'm actually a little bit jealous. Anyway, That's all I have for you. KetoBrainz.com. I'll put the link in the chat room. Please go ahead and do yourself a favor and pick up some Nattokinase as well, because everybody should be taking that before bed for the good old heart. Hey, my cousin Sheri's here. What's going on, Sheri?
Hi.
Don't you love being here on a rainy night?
Yes, and it's Thursday, and I love Thursday. It's working well for me. I have a good relationship with Thursdays.
What do you like the most about Thursdays?
There's so much potential for the weekend ahead.
Oh, yes.
That's what I like.
I really do believe that Thursday night is when the weekend really begins.
Yeah, and I start getting sad Sunday morning, even though I don't work.
Sunday morning is one of those. I don't know. That's a big reason why a lot of Aurora's education splits. Like, she goes and she has like morning classes and all that stuff with the kids in her class and whatever. She does all of her morning, the hybrid stuff that we set up with Montessori. That's all between Tuesdays and Friday.
Oh, okay.
Because we didn't want her to say, you know what? Let's start the week. Let's not take Friday off. We're going to do 4 days a week. We'll do all the rest. And she gets out early and all that. But
that way Sunday can be thoroughly enjoyed for what it is.
Wouldn't it be great? Because Sunday was a source of great pain as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, fuck that. You know
what? I
what?
used to start pretending to be sick every Sunday.
I only had half a weekend because Sunday I had to start pretending to be sick. So,
Mom, I have a stomach ache.
I know. That's it. But how's everything else been?
Pretty good. Just kind of plugging along, you know.
Yeah.
I'm living in my own podcast world, just while I go about the house and do things for my parents, you know, basically taking care of them, doing stuff around the house, listening to podcasts. That's what I do.
How many times through did you listen to the debate with Candace Owens?
Well, once by choice, and then they played, you know, I had to listen to, there were some good parts, but, you know, after you heard them 20 times, it kind of gets a little old.
And everybody's covering it too. Everybody's listening to it.
Every show. But I did, you know, I like to see everybody's takes on it.
Yeah,
and there was some genuinely funny, like there was a nice funny moment of silence where, you know, he just didn't want to be asked any questions, and it was really super awkward, which was fun.
I have a video. I said there's a video that I found. You know, because of course everybody is making their AI video dunking on the other person kind of thing.
Yeah. I saw a couple.
Depending on who you like or who you hate, people are making all of these AI videos that you know, kind of like lambaste the person that they don't like. And even though I'm really neutral on a lot of this stuff, because I guess, you know, somebody asked me, well, are you more like Team Candace or Team Andrew Wilson? I said, well, I'm like Candace proximity, because I just don't. I mean, there's nothing about the
why would you trust the system or the government?
But that's the whole thing. When you take two people that command very, very passionate bases, then all of a sudden everything is seen through the lens of, you know, which tribe are you a part of? And I'm just like, you know what? I didn't come to whatever, even just like gut feelings I have about the situation based on what we've seen in the past, because I was led there by one of these two people.
Yeah.
You know, so naturally my skepticism, those fucking, when the FBI released those text messages and stuff like that, just the way that it read was just so awkward. I didn't believe a word of it. You know, there's little things like that just stick with me. And
like, where does he even come into this? I couldn't feel passionate about the fact that she was debating him, because he's just the guy that likes to debate.
Yeah.
I couldn't even, there was no way I could buy that he's invested in this.
Well, I mean, I guess it's just it's a big opportunity.
Right.
Of course, there's the friendliness with TPUSA, and you know, it's just one of those things. You're in that media space, and I guess you're just inclined to do that kind of thing, especially if that's your thing. But again, it was just such a horribly moderated thing that even
one of the things that I thought was so funny was the way Patrick Bet-David was sitting. I haven't heard anybody talk about this, but I've never seen anybody spread their legs.
Just spread eagle.
So far. I really want to see a couple of, like, if somebody can make a AI generated thing where he's like doing Jean-Claude Van Damme, you know, the split across.
Yeah.
I want to see that, because that's about
It's funny you
about
say
how
that
close he
because
got.
if I knew how to do shit like that, it'd be funny if like every time, because it zeroes in on Andrew Wilson, it zeroes in on Candace Owens, and you kind of lose Patrick Bet-David in the middle of it. But every time you get an establishing shot, he's in a different position. That would be funny. Sometimes his head, his his heels are behind his, just whatever, like all spread in all different ways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
I just don't like him. I mean, whatever. He's obviously he's just a money guy. He's a money guy. You go where the money is.
Well, I think the problem for me is that a lot of people that I liked for very distinct reasons are that everybody's just feeding from the same trough now.
Yeah.
Like Patrick Bet-David, I mean, I found him through all of his valuetainment interviews with old mobsters and stuff. Really interesting shit, and that's I look forward to that. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, everybody moves into having a live stream and talking about current events because it's, I mean, you'd be a fool if you didn't. And who's to say that somebody can't have an opinion on that shit? But then, over a long enough timeline, everybody's feeding from the same trough.
Yeah.
They're just appearing on each other's shows, and you're tuning in for 12 hours a week of the analysis, slightly different analysis on the same things over and over.
Yeah.
And that just kind of takes people's individuality away. The only thing that separates them is how they decorate their studio at that point.
Really? Yeah.
I don't know. But
he's, he's an interesting sellout case. I didn't I think I was saying this once before on your podcast that he got his money running an MLM company, like a multi-level marketing scam insurance company, and it was all about recruiting people. Not actually, I guess the insurance product wasn't very good, but I guess that's opinion. But the focus was on getting people to work for him, and so when that becomes the scam. These people put their whole lives into it, and only the people at the very top make money, and those are the guys he's got around him. And so when they do these, they have all sorts of meetups and stuff, and they kind of, I think they're billing themselves like Tony Robbins. I'm not sure if they're probably still not. They're not doing this now, but they were when they were selling a Work For Us thing, and the podcast never even mentioned it. And that's when people are going to the meetups and being like, but I love Patrick Bet-David. I want to work. Yeah, I want to work for him. And getting all caught up in the fame aspect of it. And meanwhile, he was just recruiting like Amway style.
Amway.
Yeah.
There's a couple other things here too. I had to go check it out. I just threw it into Google. And I said, hey, can you give me a couple of examples of multi-level marketing companies that ended up functioning more like a cult? Because there are instances like that there too. Like even the what was I don't know if Lauren's watching. It might be too early for her to be watching, but I know that there was an essential oils company, Young Living.
Oh, it
was called Young Living.
doTERRA also. There's another one, I think.
There's quite a few big name, like heavy hitting defectors from this essential oils company called Young Living that went like rogue on Instagram a few years ago and were just airing out dirty laundry about how it was acting more like a religious organization, like a cult almost, than anything else. And I mean, there's that. Nexium was one of those.
Yeah, but in the end, was there a product or no? It was kind of just It was
self-improvement.
So that's kind of like Scientology. That's how they did it. They were selling courses, better yourself courses on the low level, and then getting people to come in.
What's this? Herbalife.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Herbalife. Yeah.
More accurate to describe this as an MLM with some communities that critics and former distributors have characterized as cult-like rather than calling Herbalife itself a cult. The FTC did find serious problems with its business practices. In 2016, agreed to restructure its U.S. operations and pay $200 million to settle FTC charges concerning deceptive earnings claims and its compensation structure. Well, that doesn't really fall under what I was talking about. I'm talking about more like behavioral. I don't know.
I know with Amway there was some weird behavior, even stuff with like something with breath spray, that like Banaka stuff that you spray in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
It was I don't know how it's tied in, but you should look it up. The people that go to these meetings, they were all breath spraying themselves up. I don't know.
Well, first of all, before
Weird
I forget
stuff.
this, I remember when I was in college, it was a big thing. It was probably one of those first snake oil internet things that me and my friends paid attention to, because it started popping up in ads and everywhere else on the internet. I forget. It was pheromones. Pheromones. So instead of Banaka, I don't know, when you said Banaka, the first thing I thought of was college, and everybody's like, "Yo, I got this. Yo, you don't even smell it. Don't even smell it." But the women are they go crazy. Like, I just start noticing they start looking at you different. It is so stupid.
That reminds me of Anchorman. That whatever.
Sex Panther. Yeah. It was so stupid. I had to look into that. That had to have been one big scam. The 2006 pheromone bubble. But here, Amway, particularly some independent distributor organizations within Amway, researchers and former participants have described huge motivational rallies, intense ideological commitment, constant consumption of motivational material, and distrust of outsiders or critics. One academic analysis actually examines Amway as a kind of quasi-religious or neoliberal religious tradition. That's a quote. Now you said Amway and sprays.
Yeah, Amway but I think it's Banaka is the breath spray that I'm thinking of. But there was something about that.
Let me see. Hold on.
It was part of, I don't know. Maybe our callers know more about it.
I can tell you right now. Let's see. Amway did have a little mouth breath spray, but it wasn't Banaka. Amway's oral care brand is called Glister, and there has been a Glister breath spray mouth freshener. Banaka is a separate. Oh, well, let's see here. What happened to it?
During meetings, it was just something that they would all do during meetings. I don't know.
It's called Amway breath product was called Sweet Shot. Ugh. One archive of former Amway distributor accounts describe people at meetings repeatedly spraying at Amway breath product called Sweet Shot into their mouths while repeating the same motivational phrases and behaving in a highly uniform way.
Okay, so a Pavlovian thing with the Sweet Shot, maybe.
I guess. I guess. So there you go. If anybody needs on the Quite Frankly shop, we're going to be starting to sell Sweet Shot next week. So if you guys want to get more productive at work, by all means, get in touch with us. So, all right. So that was it. So, what's the latest on all of the, since you're up on
Candace?
Yeah. What is the latest on it? Because I usually get it all through you. So.
Okay. So I think for a week there, it was all debate. But now this week, because she goes away every 6th week for a week. So today, I didn't catch her show today, but for the past 2 days, she's been releasing footage that she's had since last October, stuff that she's never showed anybody. Because I guess, she gets to it when she gets to it, even if she's doing it for whatever, money, I don't care. So she releases footage 2 days in a row. The first one is, do you know the guy who takes the card out of the camera?
No.
Okay, so when Charlie gets shot, through 3 or 4 minutes, it wasn't quite 4 minutes later, his audio guy, you can watch the video, he walks right where Charlie fell and had just been carried off. He grabs the chair that Charlie had just died on, pulls it up to the camera that was mounted behind his back, goes up and takes the card out of it, the SIM card out of it, and so everybody was, has been kind of like this Terrell Farnsworth guy. Apparently, he's got his family's like Utah Mormon mafia royalty type of thing. But so what she just released, because we've had that since that day, she just released the fact that he goes. So he first makes a video. A minute after Charlie dies, he walks in the back, makes a video of himself going, he's dead, like doing this like weird, over dramatic thing. They shot Charlie, he's dead. Then he walks, gets the card out of the camera. Then he looks around and puts the card in his pocket. This is the video she just showed. This is him putting the SIM card in his pocket and has another video of him about like all of this is within the 10 minutes after he died, putting the SIM card and doing something with the information on the SIM card, like sticking it in the computer and, doing a few texts. But I can't think of a reason why your employer just got shot and potentially died. I mean, like, what does he really know at that point, right? And that's what you did. You walked, you trounced all over the scene of the crime, moved the chair around, took something out of the thing, and then lied about he was, the story became first he was taking the cards out of all the cameras, which would have made a little more sense. But no, he just wanted the footage from the one camera in the back, because that's the camera that normally shows the whole area where he's sitting and what's going on there. And there's a lot of like...
The SD card was specifically for, it was for audio and video, or just audio?
It was audio and video of the area behind him.
Okay.
Of the area right around where he's sitting. And a lot of stuff took place in that area, because you see all these weird handoffs and, people passing stuff back and forth, and nobody knows what the hell the guys were doing for like 30 seconds while Charlie was on the ground, because you can only see them from like the shoulders up. And that video would have told you everything. And eventually he ends up showing the video to Candace because she badgers him about it. So within the couple of weeks after, and what he shows her, though, is a cropped version of what would have been the footage from that camera. So nobody has any answers, but we do know that he pocketed it and he lied about it. So that's a pretty big piece of intel she dropped.
It's stuff like that. It's stuff like that that makes people wonder. Because I think, honestly, I don't think that anybody would care.
I mean, you're traumatized. Think about it. Your boss just got shot in front of you. Everybody's running around with their hair on fire, and you're just walking all over what you know is a crime scene, stealing stuff from it. That's a crazy. You gotta have no feelings at all to be able to do that.
I don't know. Well, if there's lying involved, that's always something you say, okay, well, why? Especially for something so small. You think would be so small. There's so many cameras around catching an event like that. Why one in particular?
This is a camera with a very unique view. And if those guys were doing some weird breaking of the neck or taking off of the something that was strapped to his body...
I see what you're saying.
There would have been...
I'm always interested, and that's another reason why. That's another reason why that this whole thing was just so... I don't know.
I mean, I get it. People can't understand.
My last question on this, because obviously, if I want to know, I should just start watching these things and watch what everybody's saying. But it's a lot of time, and I just, if other people are keeping up with it, I'll just ask them. But I understand, like, some of the gotchas that people were talking about after that debate was how, people, like, if, for example, Candace's unwillingness to come out and say that definitively Israel or some other state did it and whatever, and of course, people who defend her say, well, I mean, she does believe that, but she doesn't want to catch another lawsuit. But on the other hand, if that's something she's not willing to say and come across, make clear in the middle of a debate, or at least put it out there, then is she still communicating that much to people in her own shows, or has she stepped that back with just like, making outright declarations of who's involved, even if she can't say the who, what, where, why, and how it all fits? Yeah, well, I think from the beginning, there's never been, and I'm going to put this whole thing together. Okay.
It's let's spot the anomalies, the things that will give us information, so eventually we have a full picture.
Gotcha.
And where the landmines, there have been landmines along the way that she's hit and gotten sued for, because there's, fine line between libel and, or whatever.
Slander and libel.
Slander, libel. Because you are talking about what people potentially did, So you just kind of have to really be careful about your language.
I hope that this thing goes, that's what I just said, I hope this thing goes to trial, and I hope that we actually get to listen to this kid, Tyler Robinson, speak. It's the only thing I've cared about, really. I know that there's an entire economy that has popped up around this.
Yeah.
People who were very not well known at all about a year ago are making bank right now because they're just talking to sensationally large audiences, and many of them are just covering whatever the hell Candace is doing. Like, there is a secondary economy built around the economy that Candace has made for herself, and then there are people who have created that kind of like a parallel effect for, you know, saying the opposite or trying to pick it apart. So
I think it's important, though. I think that a crowdsourced, investigation is what the world needs. It's obviously not what the Republican Party needs, but it just happened to fall on this side and break up the party. But we need to start looking at the systems that are in place and the crazy stuff that happens without anybody being being in control of it.
Totally, and I like I said,
They never in a million years did they think that we would still be looking into this case a year later. They thought this was going to be short attention span, out of the news within a couple of weeks, and Tyler would go to jail, and they'd sew everything up with a little ribbon, and they'd be fine.
I mean, it doesn't take much. It really doesn't take much. I mean, you think about how fast we were yanked away from Las Vegas or Lahaina.
Well, yeah, it would have been it would have been another Las Vegas, because that was a huge event that still needs to be looked at every day because of the craziness that went on everywhere in Las Vegas. Meanwhile, nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
But had we latched onto it back then, maybe they wouldn't have tried to get away with it again with Charlie Kirk.
But this is all
whoever
where
they are.
This is all where it ties into some of the things that we've been talking about this week with true crime psychosis, because. As I said before, I believe that the whole thing was poorly moderated, this debate in particular, but that's only one point in time over a whole year of internet sleuthing that people in their respective camps have been doing. And
it would have been different if she was debating Andrew Colvett, which should have been the caliber of person she'd be debating, someone close enough to the story on the other side, somebody with a vested interest in what happens. I guess vested interest. But I don't know. I just wasn't buying the whole Andrew. Where the hell did this guy come out of?
Yeah, and for as for people talking about the value, what's the value? Even though this is not going to make its way into a courtroom, the value for doing this stuff is always that we should at least make an assessment of what's being done to us around this impacts all of us. What's being done to us, how what perhaps the next pivot would be, situational awareness alone. If you see something if something really just does not make sense and it seems like it's so much bigger than what the official story is, then understanding where that might lead to gives you a little bit of a better understanding of where you should be and not be. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot that we drew from the internet's investigation and just basic queries into the official story of September 11th. And that's essentially ongoing still in some ways. There's very little that's not known.
I can't believe 25 years.
I know. It's crazy. But of course, there's something else here. As a reference, like I said, to this week's shows about the true crime psychosis, there are people out there who really do say, and they still pop up, and even in my comment sections too, that Charlie's still alive.
You got a hard time with that one.
I mean, that's where it goes. I mean, and we're looking at this murder case.
There's a picture of him where they're taking him out to the car, where his head's like literally flopping around because his neck, his vertebrae were they're gone. It's like a whole section of his neck, and that's one. Like I think he's dead. I don't think that can happen to a person.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of that goes on. Perhaps it's not anywhere near a large subset, but it's a very squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of that what's going on in a much more pronounced way with that murder trial in Massachusetts.
That's the one you were telling me about, the mother?
Yeah. We're just because it's just another one of those things that are going on right now, and it's more so putting the trial aside, it's more so just watching people's projection and denying everything that's on the books to be able to project a crazy ass theory. Not even so much trying to absolve somebody of actions they took that under the influence or not. It's not even just absolutions that people are trying to give a murderer. It's about creating an entirely fictional scenario that has no basis, has no tether to anything that could be considered truth. And I mean, that's driving a very disturbingly large faction of at least internet users that could be measured in the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts to have that many people who are essentially should be institutionalized but are not, walking around and making videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
I don't know. I'm this whole this is the result of the moral relativism. This is the result of having that pushed upon us for too long. Now, like, it is so rare to see somebody speaking the truth or being culpable for something they did. You never see it. Like, the first time I saw this was with OJ, and whether or not he did it is also a whole big thing. Apparently his son had a problem with knives, and maybe he took the hit for him.
I remember that theory. We were
Yeah.
talking about that a couple of years ago.
But I'd never seen somebody that I thought so obviously did it just come out and say over and over again now and then be like, yeah, I wrote a book if I did it. And it just seems so in your face. And now everything seems like that.
I put this in the chat room. Here's the chat. And by the way, everybody, I'm going to get into the general chat now. We'll read the general chow. I'm gonna read it. I'm just gonna call it the general chow. I know. I'm going to. Tonight is raffle night. Going to give away a couple of things over here. You can still jump into that raffle by sending a super chat. If you already sent a super chat, you can make your chances better. The first prize that we will give away second is going to be the big 5-ounce 250 copper coin, 250 America copper, 5 ounce. And I'm putting a little bit of silver in there. I think these are both from 1950s, 60s quarters. And then also you're going to get the hyperinflated Vietnamese dong. 3,000 dongs, which of course, like I said, 3,000 Vietnamese dongs.
No, thanks.
They equal 1 American dong. And then you have, let me see here, 20 billion Zimbabwe dollars.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I think what we had looked into this one, that it came down to, I think this equated to, I think, about a dime American.
Oh.
$20 billion.
That's disappointing.
It's disappointing. That's 2008 or 1988. I forget what the hell it was. So you're going to get all that silver, copper, and then a whole bunch of fiat that failed.
A lot of dongs.
Yes. And then the second one, KetoBrainz. I'm giving somebody a full bag of KetoBrainz tonight.
That's good.
Along with the 250, a 1 ounce 250 copper. So that's what the two prizes we have. And I'll be drawing names. I already collected the names. But here is what we have in the chat poll from, let me see here, from YouTube. I said, when you find a rabbit hole that grabs you, what happens? And the four options here was, I'm researching it for days. I investigate but cautiously. I believe things way too easily. And the crazier, the better. Now, again, for the second time this week, I give people a lot of credit for being honest. They might be trolling as well, but I give you a lot of credit if the 5% who said I believe things way too easily are being honest. I give you a lot of credit. So there's that.
I'm open to all of it. I mean, whether or not, I don't know that I believe everything, but definitely open to all.
Are you a days on end researcher type?
Well, I used to be. I just don't have the time now, but yeah, I like a good research session.
Yeah.
I like to go deep.
Well, there's a lot of that going on over here because 36% of people say that. 37%, just by 1 point more, says I investigate but cautiously. And then 23%, which I think is a little bit closer to my heart, is the crazier the better.
Oh, I love that. That's what I voted.
Just oh, you did? Okay,
did.
good. I said, just give me the one pager. I can't spend days on something like this, but give me the one pager with some clickable references so I can just fact check some things. And that is just one, because a one-pager can turn into an hour's worth of talk. So that's great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what's going. You guys still have a chance to vote on that one. That's in the thing. Okay, so let's move on to something that I think that you are really going to love. I said I'm putting this in for Sheri.
Lay it on me.
Well, let me see. Damn it. Oh, there it is. Boom. And where's Sheri? Sheri is...
Okay.
Boom. Okay. Freaktography. I'm going to reach out to these guys. They have a nice YouTube channel, and I like the work that they do. Just going out there and visiting abandoned places and all that stuff, and they really have an eye for photographing the place and creating some nice things. But here's something that was published not too long ago: an abandoned time capsule house. Everything left behind in 2026. This is a pretty crazy discovery while exploring this Rhythm Rider with Rhythm Rider earlier. It's his co-host. I'd say the fashion show was my favorite part, though. Now we'll get a little bit into the video over there. We found an abandoned house on our 2026 road trip that is genuinely creepy. See what we found inside this classic location. This video documents our urban exploration of forgotten property discovered during our latest road trip. If you enjoy watching, you go check it out. Expect to see a classic abandoned house that has been left to decay over time. We share exactly what we saw during our walkthrough. And here's just a little bit of that walkthrough. So there's the outside of the house. I don't know when.
Do they know what year it was abandoned?
There was a few things that they did in here to kind of ascertain when this all left. Now, let me see. So first of all, there's the inside. The thing is that these are the cases that I am particularly interested by, because so much of it seems like people were just raptured out of there.
Yeah.
Everything is just, I can
imagine a scenario, there's one old person there and they die, and I don't know, it just gets, forgotten by the family or whatever.
It's this.
What's this?
Look at all of the records.
Oh, okay.
Bobby
I
V.
put my glasses on.
There's a Bobby V record right there, and also all the other, and I guess it's a Vitrola right over there.
Okay.
Hold on a second. There's a little bit more of the television sets.
Love the TV. That's great.
Yeah.
Someone's got to hollow that out and put a dog bed in it.
Well, now take a look at that.
Yeah.
Take a look at that couch.
That is a couch.
What are you talking about? Well, what do you think? Do you think that is
60s?
Late 60s?
Yeah, definitely.
We were just talking about this with my parents on Sunday night because we were watching.
Now they could have used some clear plastic covers on that.
Yes, it would have stayed together a little bit better.
Grandma and Grandpa would have done that. And then Grandma would have stuck her tissues in between every cushion.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I haven't thought about those tissues inside the cushions in forever.
Yeah.
We were talking on Sunday night, sometimes when not everybody's there, like if Anthony's not there for a Sunday night or something, we usually watch our Hallmark movies and make fun of them. Mm-hmm. But if not everybody's there, we keep our powder dry, we save the movie, and we just watch other things. Like sometimes they'll put on TV Land, or there's like old Ed Sullivans that come on, or this case, it was the Lucy show from the 1965 or something like that.
Okay.
When she came back on, and they renamed Ethel Mertz. Her name was Vivian.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't watch that.
Either way, we were watching that, and the whole time it was just because it was in the middle of the 60s. I'm just listening to my parents talk about things like how popular the avocado colored rugs were at the time, and then of course we started talking about things like these tans and these deeper burnt oranges, which of course is right in this.
Yeah.
The orange flowers.
Yeah.
So. That just reminded me of a little bit. But anyway, there you go. Bobby V. Hits of the rockin' 50s.
Okay.
They had to have been sitting there for decades, though.
Well, he's like showcasing the one album. Let's see. Oh, okay.
Well, let's get out of this room. Hold on. Now, here we start getting into the stove.
Wow.
Yeah. An old typewriter. Here, I got a little bit over here. So let's just start off.
I'm looking for like the most modern item I can spot, but
here they are walking through on the Freaktography YouTube account.
Type some letters, put them in the mail. That's it. Check out this old stove, hey? That's old.
Yeah.
Super duper old. Got a tool chest, the Gilbert big boy tool chest. I didn't realize it's called the big boy tool chest.
Oh,
Big boy.
that for big boys?
It's not for little boys, it's for big boys. See?
Oh, yes.
But then they scratched it out though.
Oh.
Like, you're not a big boy yet. All right, the theme of the day today seems to be owls because the last house we were in had a whole bunch of owls. And this house has some owls in it too.
So now they're coming into the other room.
So little teeny tiny kitchen, a little bit of food, Worcestershire sauce.
Oh my gosh, cream of wheat.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking 15 years at least.
Oh, more than that.
But what the hell?
I still don't see anything from
Nicely.
1980.
With old
Let's
style furniture, very old stuff. Look at this couch. Look at it, guys. Let's
Oh, I
just take a
actually like
minute
that.
to enjoy this couch. right
It's
here.
nice. It's not
That
bad.
is something else.
If it was brand new, I would have it as a guest couch in the studio.
Yeah, they need a little color on those walls.
Told you guys about the owl theme.
That clock had to be plugged in.
There's another owl here.
Very 70s.
And then we're going to pan around. We've got a TV tray table. And we've got a pretty cool little chest for a table with a vanity mirror on it. And then here is the entertaining center with the music. We got some records and a record player. Lots of old records. Nobody's spinning anything for right now. Nobody's spinning nothing, but we don't have power, so we can't play anything anyways. But we do have Bobby V. I wonder, we saw, I think the rhythm writer said that there's a rocking chair. I wonder if this is the same rocking chair. Probably not, though, eh? Yeah.
Okay, now they're going upstairs.
I know how this house smells.
I know how it smells too. And these stairs right there remind me of the stairs of the Halloween. You know, in the beginning when Michael kills his sister.
Pink up here.
Okay.
Oh damn, that is
Okay, and this room's just empty.
Pepto-Bismol pink, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, you
Back
got the
here
chimney coming
seems to
through
maybe
that
be
room.
some kind of storage.
An oil rig, oil keg, and it's just one barrel of crude.
Yep. They really slap paneling all over the place.
We've got a giant drum here.
It's
And
emergency.
there's
It's
another
probably
one over
water.
there. There's a chest right there.
I just wish I knew the
Newspaper,
story.
Articles and stuff all over the floor.
I wonder if there was like a homeless person living up there.
It could have been. It could. Oh, I guess they found. What was it? Did they find those jackets? Anyway,
that's great.
I'm looking at this stuff here. I'm saying to myself that it's just insane what how it could be untouched for so long.
I want to find that so bad.
Well, you know what? There's so many places around here that, like I was talking to. Did you watch the episode when I had Mac from Midwest Magic Cleaning on?
No, but I want to watch that. I've got that in my save for later.
Oh, you would.
thing.
That's a great show.
I've seen that channel before. I don't know if I heard of it from you, but I've definitely watched his stuff.
I found out because of people in this audience, and you know, one of the things that popped up because of that was what the hell? What was I just gonna say? Shit. Damn, why the hell did I just bring Mac up?
Because it was a great show.
Yeah, it was. But
And you
what-
learned about things from people's houses,
I guess.
old stuff.
Yeah, no, it was a little bit more connected to this other. Okay, yeah. What I was thinking about that I didn't get to bring up with him that I would like to bring up the next time he's on, because there's so much to talk about, except, you know, beyond his you know, the work that he's doing. There's just so much there just beyond the mess, you know, like what's going through people's minds and what can you learn about the human psyche.
Yeah.
But if you go through upstate New York or any like rural area, and you really
you
take
see
a
a
look,
lot of those houses.
a lot of them, like houses that are not only abandoned.
So they're just breaking in, these guys? You haven't talked to them yet.
No, I haven't talked to them yet.
Okay.
I don't know how.
I'd like to know.
You have to go in to say, well, hey, when do you have like kind of like the green light? If it's just in foreclosure, if there's anything else going on there, or if it's just really big, because you don't know how unsafe these things could be.
Yeah.
But the thing that gets me like when we go up to the Adirondacks, which I'm so sad that we're not going this year. And but when we go back up, it'll be the same, I'm sure, because during the day when you drive past these houses, you put your bottom dollar on it that they are abandoned and there's nothing to them, and then you have to leave the cabin at 10 o'clock. Somebody's like, yo, let's just go out and grab a couple extra gallons of ice cream. Like, okay, let's go to Stu's. So we all jump in and we just go down these little country and mountain roads and all that stuff, and we're passing by these houses that we saw in the morning that we were 100% convinced were abandoned. And through one window of this now silhouette of a shack, you see the flicker of a little blue light that you know is a television, and it is so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because then you're thinking, what the hell is going on in that room? What kind of a life is? I mean, I don't know, man. And then it's just, there's so much clutter everywhere. There's so many houses where there's at least 4 or 5 broken down cars.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a whole different kind of clutter. It's very depressing.
Oh, I love that.
I know. I don't know why is it so there's a lure to it, but I want to know more.
Yeah.
I don't want to peek through that window though.
You could knock during the day though. And I would love to just knock on one of those doors and see. I would have to have a gun or something.
Well,
or a couple people. With me.
I would say if you just went up there, I
wouldn't just do it.
I want to learn about like local history or something. As long as they
you look like you've been here a while.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't look like a salesman, because I don't think you're gonna get much from them. Anyway, time capsules. Then I was led to this. I didn't know that we were burying a America 250 time capsule this past July.
Where did we put it?
It was, let me see here. The nation's oldest federal cultural institution is using some of the newest technology to preserve digital copies of historical collection items for the next 250 years. As a part of America's 250th anniversary celebrations, the Library of Congress made a trailblazing contribution to America's time capsule, a tiny metal pellet holding synthetic DNA. We're going to talk about this. With digital copies of items from the library's collections, the capsule itself, a 900-pound stainless steel cylinder covered by a 1,100-pound stainless steel bell jar, was ceremonially buried 10 feet underground on July 4th at Independence National Historical Park in Philadelphia. Okay, that was just this past. So, first of all,
so DNA though, what's DNA?
Okay, so listen to this. Maintained by the park and the National Park Service. Let me put it up on the screen. This is right from blogs.loc.gov. Let me see here. Maintained by the park and the National Park Service. It is not to be opened until, listen to this fucking weird-ass date, July 4th, 2276. 2276.
Okay.
250 years from now. Think of how morbid that is.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Hundreds of other items, letters, memorabilia, documents, all helping to tell the story of the nation's history and culture, were all tucked in a capsule, including something from all 3 branches of government, the Supreme Court, and all the states and territories. The library's experts helped determine which items could survive 2.5 centuries. A bottle of Coca-Cola is one of them, an iPhone, the starting lineup of the Philadelphia Phillies, all made the cut. There's actually hundreds of things in here. I have the next thing I have over here is all the items that were contributed to this time capsule by all the U.S. states and territories. There's a few hundred things in there, but we can go and see which states if you were all we're curious about it. But anyway, for the libraries, now this is very strange. For the library's tiny data-packed cylinder, the library initiated a molecular data storage feasibility study in response to a request from Congress in 2024. As a result, the library has been examining the storage capabilities of a new medium, synthetic DNA. An entirely manufactured molecule, synthetic DNA is designed to replicate the exceptional information density of nature's best storage medium, DNA itself. Working with the University of Washington Molecular Information Systems Labs, the library has converted selected digital data into synthesized DNA strands encased in a metal vial about the length of a pencil eraser. Okay? The length of a pencil eraser. The synthetic DNA includes, among other library collection items, digital copies of Thomas Jefferson's rough draft of the Declaration of Independence, the Star-Spangled Banner lyrics written in by Francis Scott Key, in his actual handwriting, the 1791 plan for Washington, D.C., like the actual construction plan, digitized 1890 Native American audio recordings, and God help me, Passamaquoddy, I guess it's a language.
Okay, Native American audio recordings?
Audio recordings
Okay.
of like a language that's been preserved.
Kind of thing.
The canvas drawing of Blackwell's Kingfold family tree, depicting more than 1,500 names and the annals of Congress of the United States, covering congressional proceedings, including the making of the Constitution from 1789 to 1824. Listen, this is the last bit on the synthetic DNA. Synthetic DNA can store about 9 terabytes of digital data in 1 cubic millimeter.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking 9 terabyte. I spent about $160 about 6 months ago for 10 terabytes. That's the size, I don't know. It's bigger
Like a
than
box.
it's a box.
Yeah.
It stands up. It needs its own power source.
A millimeter, how many terabytes?
9.
9 terabytes.
About
Wow.
9 terabytes in
That's
what
a lot.
would fit into what is the square footage of a pencil eraser.
Yeah.
Just think about it at the end of a pencil. Approximately 1,000 to 100,000 times greater than the capacity of a conventional digital storage methods like hard drives, tape drives, and cloud storage. It is also highly durable, lasting, listen to this, thousands of years with little to no maintenance or power consumption. And we're paying $160 for listen, come on. The encasement includes a small chip containing decoding instructions, ensuring the synthetic DNA sequence can be reassembled into its original digital data when the time capsule is opened 250 years from now. Unfortunately, it'll probably be opened by, it'll almost like be a scene out of Dune.
Yeah, like some caveman type thing.
It's going to be like the Middle East over here.
Yeah.
As soon as if they find a way to break it open, then they'll immediately burn all evidence that ever exists. Wow. That's the thing that took me by surprise.
Yeah.
The time capsule in itself was interesting, but then I said,
I can't help but thinking though that the amount of time they put into this DNA thing, it's kind of one of those things they're putting out there for some reason. There's a lot of space dedicated to that, to a very tough subject.
for anybody who read any story on this time capsule's being buried last month, I'm sure that most of them were, this is the first time they ever heard this.
Right.
I didn't even know about it until I just naturally was led to this for the show tonight. So that's just incredible. So that is essentially, I don't know how long it's been around. Maybe people in the audience know all about it, but that seems like a pretty big piece of disclosure for me.
Yeah.
As far as what's possible and what we're all using.
Yeah.
Well, remember the other thing there too. That guy, the general who did
General Chow?
General Chow
Yeah.
with the crunchy, spicy, sticky chicken.
And the extra tub on the side of
Right.
the juice. Yeah.
That's right.
Like
It was whatchamacall, that West Point. It was that West Point presentation that we were talking about. I brought it up not too long ago about just really how far we have gone as far as the weaponization of biology and things like that. And one of the little just like FU, this is what we've done just because we can moments in that. I got to go find it. Hold on. I'll figure it out when we go on a quick intermission. Was the fact that they were already able to store information, data, moving images of a horse galloping into bacteria. That it actually would be, it's stable and it also can replicate. So
it's such a weird thing.
I know. but it's all out there. It was in the same presentation, I think, about the ability to transfer and transmit memories and thoughts through radio, without having so it's just,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I know. So
I never liked that.
9 terabytes in something that they were able to miniaturize to the point of an eraser on a pencil. That just seems like it would be child's play compared to putting a moving image of a horse galloping into bacteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but for a lot of people, I mean, most people probably didn't even read this.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have either.
That's crazy.
But you know what? I asked the question of the audience, based on a story on tonight's show, you get one object to put on into the time capsule. I put this into the community post on YouTube, and I shared that link around. We have about 200 votes in there and about 21 comments.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you here's the results of it all, and then we're going to get into the comments on the other side of a really quick intermission. Based on the story of that tonight's show, what would you be putting into this 2276 time capsule? And here's how it shook out. 16% said they would do the smartphone. 14% said some money and some coins. 46% said a newspaper. And then 25%, I said other.
Yeah.
As if you want other, then put it in the comments. And we have a few things in the comments. And then we're going to do that
I know what I would put in. I've got this car battery in my garage that I can't put it out on garbage day. There's no proper place to put. That's right.
Yo, you know what's incredible? Before I went live tonight, I got an email. No, I got a text message it was like a group message between me and Lauren and our two neighbors. And they dropped a story into the text message that Lauren had actually told me about earlier on today, that somebody had dropped construction materials, black-bagged construction materials into Columbus Park. It's a park on the other side of town. And it was noted by, I guess, the town DPW workers or somebody that was in the park. Construction materials were just dumped in like the gardens or something like that. And so the town took the pictures of the waste. They put it up onto the town Facebook page, and they made an announcement, a very passive-aggressive one, that some nice person did this and blah, blah, blah. And now we are putting forward an initiative and putting aside resources to make sure that we can invest more in ways to monitor and watch what's going on in our parks. I'm like, so flock. We're going to be getting flock cameras. I wouldn't be surprised if the town council went and dropped this shit in there on the just to create predicate.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Wow.
Speaking of.
Damn.
I know. Speaking of dumping. Yeah. So I
put an old battery in there. Let them figure it out.
Watch where you dump your batteries these days, because you could be the person like, I got to get rid of this car battery, and you throw it somewhere, and some freak on your town council is going to say, we need flock now.
Yeah.
People are dumping batteries all over the place. Give us some funding, whoever the hell's funding it all.
And paint cans. Come on. You can't just throw a bunch of cans, and there's always a bunch of cans of paint in the garage.
I know.
I'm coming fresh off of garage cleaning. So many cans of paint.
So many cans of paint. They're 1/3 of the way full.
Right.
And they're only out of that 1/3.
You're supposed to put kitty litter in them and then dry them out. I don't know. And then you got to put it on a special day in a special place.
Yeah.
So you just leave them in the garage, and then you have
can't.
no more garage space left.
I'm not going to tell you my method.
Well, I've been known to hide a thing or two amongst the big bags, the big black bags of garbage.
Let's just say, ever since they've been coming around and picking up all the garbage with a big mechanical arm, and they don't have people, picking up.
Oh, you're right.
They don't have. Nobody is picking up garbage bags and jingling them anymore. Nobody.
Our people do.
First of all, and I'm not a scoundrel, by the way.
Scoundrel.
I'm not a scoundrel, by the way. But every once in a while, when I'm just like, I can't get rid of this thing. Lord forgive me, but I'm putting a half a bottle of Raid that I just can't. Just getting rid of this, okay? And maybe if it pops in the pack, I don't know. Is it really going to blow up? It's going to kill somebody? Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, we will be right back. We're with all of your contributions to this. Sheri has some old books that she wants to read through. We have other things. We're going to take your calls, whatever, the last hour, and it would be it'd be awesome to have you here. So please, in the meantime, it's only a 60-second break. Like the show, leave a comment. If you're watching after the fact, just leave a comment, any comment, like it, share it, make sure that you're subscribed, and make sure that you have your notifications on, so that we have just a little bit of an end around of all of this ridiculous recommendation nonsense that every last streaming service on the planet is has held everybody back with. So all I want to do is be able to reach the people who are already subscribed. Growth will come naturally after that, no doubt. And we got a lot of different pokers in the fire. But for now, leave a like, leave a comment, and we'll be right back in a second. Don't go nowhere.
All right, let's talk health essentials because apparently I need a whole science lab to function. So I need MCT oil for metabolism boost, check. Lion's mane for brain health, check. Elfin JPC for memory and focus, check. L-theanine for stress, check. And a superfood creamer because I need my coffee super creamy. Or I can just purchase myself some KetoBrainz.
Welcome to Intermission.
Yeah, intermission. There you go. Just a moment to stand up, even though I didn't stand. We are back, and here's what I got. A couple of super... Let's open up the lines now, because when you guys call in on whatever the hell you want, Sheri's here. Throw any kind of a theory from the week, anything that's left unsaid onto the table, and when you also call in, just let us know what state you're from, and I will tell you what your state contributed to this 250-year... time capsule that was just buried last month. So make sure you say your name, your nickname, and the state you're from.
What did Connecticut do?
Oh, Connecticut?
Yeah.
Let me see. A couple of used condoms, they say.
Not that I'm from Connecticut anymore. So.
No, yes, I know.
Back to my New York roots.
That's it. Let's see. Connecticut, they issued an official proclamation.
Just like a nutmegger.
Yes, a commemorative state 250th lapel pin. A set of 4 stickers with paper versions. So I guess paper versions of the commemorative seal.
Not impressed so far.
Yeah, an America 250 Connecticut planning guide.
There might be some fun things in there.
Yeah, but what are they going to think? Are those things going to be available to be done? And well, I guess
people, if they can still read, we'll be able to see what we did back in the day. Good hiking place.
That's good.
Good restaurant.
And then finally, graphic notes from March 15th, 2024. Graphic note cards depicting the 4 themes chosen by the America 250 Connecticut Commission. That sucks.
Yeah.
What was that? A couple of pins and a brochure, a travel brochure?
Yeah. In Connecticut, it's like one of the wealthier states, I think, right?
What the fuck are you... Whatever. You know what? Let me just go to New York.
They must have put Bridgeport in charge.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me hear. Here's New York. Oh, 2 things. We sent a custom-made 250th New York minted coin, Kingston, New York, 1777. Well, that's pretty interesting because Kingston was, the nation's first capital.
Was it really?
Well, actually, no, New York's first capital. Sorry.
Kingston's a bit of a
shithole. I've been there once. We played a gig.
Have you ever been to the Holodome?
No.
Oh, it's exquisite.
The Holodome?
Yeah, I don't know if it's still open, but about 10 years ago, it's a hotel, and it's got a pool in the middle. Like it looks like it's indoors in a big dome, and there's rooms surrounding a pool. Look it up and look at the pictures. It's wonderful.
It's in Kingston?
In Kingston.
Okay, so it's one thing that you like about Kingston.
I mean, I doubt it's still there. It's one of those things that just happened to be preserved and still in business about 10 years ago when I went there.
Kingston.
But it was a gem.
Hold on.
Kingston. And every room smelled like chlorine.
Which you know what that means, right?
Well, it means there's a pool.
It means that there's pee in the pool. That's what I always, it killed me when I realized that. They said, oh, if you actually smell the chlorine, it means that it's mixing with some kind of a bodily fluid.
And the air is like really warm. It was just unlike anything I'd ever been to.
Okay, here's a Reddit. Kingston Holodome and German restaurant, early to mid 80s, but there's no picture here.
Oh.
Are there any old timers here who might remember a German restaurant reasonably close to the Holodome back in the mid 80s? We used to come up to the Holodome for vacation, and I have such vivid memories of it in this German restaurant that had outdoor seating and made you feel like you were in someone's overgrown backyard.
And the Holodome was it looked like at the outdoors inside. Like they had a whole courtyard and the whole thing all set up inside, and the rooms were all set up like motel. So you'd have to enter your rooms all. It's from the inside though, so it just looked like the outside.
All right, hold on. Remembering the classic adult hotel? Ooh. I found a CNN video.
Is
Holodome.
That what it was?
Remembering is an adult. What does that mean, adult hotel?
Well, probably like the ones up in the Poconos.
Oh.
With the champagne glasses and heart-shaped hot tubs.
Heart-shaped hot tubs and the vibrating bed? Do they have one of those?
No, I never seen one of those. I think those all broke down by the time I was going to hotels.
Okay, here you go. Hold on, wait. Tell me if this is familiar or whatever. Actually, I'll put it up here, and we will go full on.
If you saw the USA through the windshield of a wood-paneled station wagon like my family did, then you might also have seen one of the coolest and most innovative concepts of the 1970s and 80s. Who remembers the Holiday Inn?
That's it?
That's
it?
Yep.
Well, the Holodome, the project began in the mid-70s as a way to renovate these older Holiday Inns in order to make them more competitive. The main feature of the Holodome was a climate control covering over the entire central courtyard area. And this allowed the use of the swimming pool year-round. It allowed them to give it a sort of a tropical atmosphere in many cases. And
they were all over the place.
I didn't
Beside
know.
the pool, you had shuffleboard, pool tables, ping pong, and they had a large convertible area for a dance floor or a banquet or an exhibit area.
Or a big
so
orgy.
Was this sort of the precursor to the modern day theme park?
I would
Not
say
really.
No.
it was more of a theme
What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you writing?
Great question.
To reach and spend a lot of money. This was an affordable.
Haven't seen
getaway
Kingston
right
yet.
In the backyard.
yet.
I mean, they had ads saying, take a tropical vacation without having to leave town.
That's funny.
Growing up, we would take road trips as a family, and I have two brothers, 3 young kids. My parents loved it because they could just say go, and they didn't have to worry about, where we were. We were in a safe and close place. So was it designed for families and family vacations?
Absolutely. The Holiday Inn always branded itself.
Okay.
If your kids don't mind sleeping on beds that have
You
God
know?
knows what on
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, you know what? Listen, this also just gets back to what we were talking about before. There's such care in these things. Everything was so much the higher quality, and I don't know. I would actually really enjoy something like that back in the 70s and 80s.
Well, I mean, I guess the Great Wolf Lodge is kind of like that now. It's a
Where's
big
that?
water park indoor. It's in New York.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah?
Yeah, you should go.
Okay.
Good for people with kids.
Well,
I've only heard. I've never been.
you never been. Let me see.
No.
Kingston, if there's one over there, no. Well, I mean, it has to be around, but I never knew about it, and now I do.
Yeah.
Okay, so then there you have it. Oh, the other thing that we have over here from New York, and the lines are open. We're going to get to your super chats in just a second here too. Who else? We all not only did we have a Kingston, New York, first New York capital coin, but there's also a reflection document, a written reflection document presented by New York State, which God knows what's even in it.
Oh, it's probably pretty scary.
It's probably all justice, equity,
Right.
justice, equity. I mean, this, of course, I mean, this is a state government who, around the time that they put this thing into the ground to be preserved for 250 years, just voted to be able to, kill children for however long. I mean, it just, come on now. So I wonder what kind of an America is going to, let's see. Lauren just texted me. She said, Great Wolf Lodge is a big no from me. I've only ever heard of everyone leaving there with respiratory infections.
All right. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that I don't, indoor pool places. I don't, there's an exorbitant amount of humidity in the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not
it's
only that,
warm, and you're just breathing in moist bacteria, chlorine air.
yeah. I mean, if you go to a public pool, you're essentially hanging out in a toilet anyway.
Yeah.
But if you're in one of these indoor places, the lazy rivers, everything else, you are in you're now encapsulated inside a toilet. So you can't even get any open air above you. And then that's not even to say all of the chemicals that are just used to try to offset that.
Yeah, but you know what's worse? A pond.
Oh, yeah. I read, man, there's a couple of stories that popped up on my X feed from people I know, garnering prayers from their friends who have young children, or even parents of young children who went swimming in ponds and got some kind of a parasite.
Ooh. I never thought of parasites. I'm just thinking of like your regular bacteria to get ear infections every time you go in that water. It's gross.
No, ponds were one of those things that I never felt the inclination to jump into. Never, ever. Because I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, my husband's family lived in a little lake community, and it was just, the lake was tiny. It should have been called a pond, and it had improper, movement of the water, and he'd probably get mad that I'm even saying it, but, he spent his childhood swimming in sewage, basically.
Dave?
Yeah. Maybe that's why he never gets sick.
Yeah, that's what George Carlin said about swimming in the East River.
Right.
It's just that you gave your immune system practice.
Well, when my pool gets a bunch of bugs in it or whatever, I just imagine that's why a pond is the color it is, because that's what it is. It's just made up of dirt.
It's an ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's an alien
you just
world.
Dunk yourself in there? Ugh.
Right. I mean, it looks like green to us, but if you put it under a microscope, it's an alien world.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So you just, pop some ivermectin and jump in.
Sure.
Because I guess that's what it's there for.
Make an ivermectin paste, just slather it all over.
I mean, isn't that the most, that is like the label usage anyway, is parasitic, management and river blindness?
Everybody should take some ivermectin at some point. Because you got parasites in you. Sorry.
There's the parasite, that parasite rabbit hole is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
It goes all different places.
I've been not too deep, but deep enough.
Oh, it goes deep.
Really?
Yes.
What's the craziest place that ivermectin goes?
The parasites. The parasites goes. Well,
Hell?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it essentially becomes a conduit almost between hell and the earth.
Okay.
In a way, it could be put that way.
Yeah. Okay. There are parasites of all kinds, doing all kinds of things all the time.
That's it. Everybody in the Badlands chat, you guys ever hear about that? Parasites being the conduit between hell and earth? And essentially, I mean, I don't know, some of the greatest science fiction horror films out there have always been about, a human being that becomes a host.
Like
to
inner space?
Something,
I love that movie.
The host body to something. Let's take a call. 507, you're on the air. What do you got for us this week?
Hey, this is B Close Guy from Twitch. Just wanted to call in about the exploding Raid cans. That does happen.
Okay. So how bad would
if you're going to throw it away, Don't throw it away with flammable shit, people. Just put it in with your kitty litter that you're already getting rid of.
Right. Let me ask
along
you,
with your kitty can.
how bad would like a hairspray can explosion be if there was only about a third to a quarter of it left?
It's just one?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Where do I slip my battery? My car battery. Where can I slip it?
That would be bad.
And syrup between the cereal boxes?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, don't do that.
No. Now, car battery.
That's why I have it in my garage still.
A couple weeks ago, and it took about 10 minutes to put it out.
Well, listen, car batteries. You should be able to. I thought you had to bring those back to certain like designated garages. Like they have very distinct ways of getting rid of it. You can't bring it to a local garage that would take an old battery?
I'm sure I could do that.
Yeah, it's usually like a $5 charge.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Landfills won't take them. They specifically pull them out.
I could bury it.
Along with appliances.
Well, can I ask you a question? Do you think I killed anybody?
No.
Okay.
No.
I won't do anything worse than that. I promise.
If it's already crushed in the back of the truck, the landfill typically doesn't care.
Okay. Well, hopefully the crushed
like your air fryer or your microwave, and a lot of the guys that I work with, they look for that kind of stuff, and they'll crush that intentionally just so you can't tell what it is.
Okay.
Before you leave, what state are you from, so I can check out to see what your state gave to the time capsule, and what you yourself, what would you put into the time capsule?
I would put a copy of Blazing Saddles in there.
Oh, okay.
Because they won't remake that movie.
No.
And I'm from Minnesota.
Okay, Minnesota. Let's see what they did. They put in bananas and rice from the Somalian community. That's what they sent. They sent
cats and dogs?
Dehydrated Somalian feasts, bananas and rice. Hold on, let me see. Where is M? Trying to find it. Minnesota is Mississippi. Minnesota. Okay. They sent an executive order from Tim Walz creating the Minnesota 250 Commission, the actual executive order, and they sent the Minnesota state flag, the new Minnesota state flag.
You know what they should have done? They should have put a scratch and sniff sticker on there with the tire smell so that they could, talk about his wife and how she loved the smell of the burning. Don't remember that?
Yeah. It could.
Lefty, you pinko.
Scratch here. So that's what you got, man.
Thankfully, not all of the cities are going with the new state flag. They've actually adopted the old one.
That's awesome that you guys, just as a mark of rebellion, that's something that I would do. Fly the old flag, my friend. But the new flag is going to be the only thing that Americans from the year 2276 is going to know about you. That's all I will say.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Anyway, well, thank you for the call, sir.
You're welcome, Frank. Have a good night.
All right. Have a good one. Let's see. Over on the thread, here's what people are saying. Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, part 5 and 6. That's what they would put into. I don't know what's on that. Is it like Freddy versus Jason? That was a very big soundtrack for us in high school and college. Freddy versus Jason. A lot of our favorite heavy metal bands were in that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what was the big one when I was in high school.
Led Zeppelin 4, somebody's putting in there. Quite a few people.
Top Gun.
Top Gun?
Yeah, that was about the year.
Let's take another call. 916. What do you got for us?
Hey, Frank. This is Krask again.
Hey.
Say, I wanted to call in and talk to you and Sheri. You both had brought up the Las Vegas shooting in October quite some time ago. And I had the opportunity to meet the only individual who was charged with a criminal act in that event.
Really?
I met him long before that happened.
And what did you ascertain?
Well, I'm going to suggest that he provided the ammunition to the fellow who was shot in the room.
Oh.
This is
and the guns.
So gun deal gone bad?
As it turns out, I suggest that there was a hit team that was going to meet him to buy guns and utilize those guns to take out MBS, who was staying in the floors above at the Four Seasons. When they found out he wasn't there, their plot kind of fell apart, and that's when they started shooting. But they took him out first.
Oh, Stephen Paddock?
No, Stephen Paddock. Yeah, because the other guy whose name was like, what, Doug or something? I forget.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember because it's just the only person. And he was connected with like the ammunition or something like that.
Huh.
But
that's correct.
Yeah, I remember. You know, the reason why it's just semi still clear is because we had, I think it was a couple of months ago, maybe earlier in the year, maybe in the end of winter or something. I remember we went through a couple of Las Vegas threads and all the things that I had compiled, and I kept a whole bunch of screenshots from back then there too. Because every once in a while, you just put all this stuff out on the table, the proverbial table, and you analyze the craziness.
Yeah.
And it's just like what we were talking about with the Charlie Kirk assassination. Every once in a while, you just go over all of the things that are just out of this world crazy, and then you have the exclamation point at the end of it. Now, already the fact that we are less than a month away from the 1-year anniversary of Charlie's death, and people are still talking about it, and there is a trial that is possibly forthcoming in the next couple of months. That's an accomplishment.
We won't even find out that it's going to go to trial until September, so it's going to be another year.
That's an accomplishment in and of itself, because
because after 1 year we just got the big old FU, like
less than a year.
It was.
It was by summer of 2018 that the FBI just pretty much said, we will never know what motivated the person from doing this, and that's it. We're just told there's never going to be anything to come of this. They were gaslighting people the next day, making people feel like they were crazy. No, there wasn't a shooting in here last night, and all these different hotels. There's a pretty good map.
They expect us all to be goldfish, really.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, well, anyway, great call, and thank you for bringing that up.
Alrighty, sir. You too have a great
wait, hold on. Wait a second. Where are you from again, sir? Let me see what your state.
California.
California. Oh, let me see what
California. It's got to be good. Maybe an orange. Or no, not an orange.
They're going to give some chintzy crap.
Avocado, right?
Let's see. They're going to give a high-speed rail. Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
High-speed rail, California.
The biggest boondoggle in history.
Okay, so they're going to, in 250 years from now, somebody on this continent is going to open up and read a letter from Governor Gavin Newsom and first partner Jennifer Sybil that's what her name is, first partner.
Oh, goody.
I didn't know that's her official title out there. How obnoxious these people are. So they're going to see that. Then they have a fusion superconductor built in. I was almost right. Built in San Diego, California by General Atomics. The fusion conductor segment reflects some of the most innovative research on clean energy across the globe. California Innovation, a $1 coin. That is a coin that features Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple and Pixar Animation. There's a poem called My California that was written by Lee Herrick, uniquely captured the diversity and vitality of California experience.
I bet it's a doozy.
I bet it's all about Napa Valley. Let's see. A NASA photo. This is a photo of California from space that was acquired by the Moderate Resolution Imaging Spectroradiometer on the National Aeronautics and Space Administration's Aqua satellite on January 23rd, 2022. And then we have a Claude AI prediction. Given the prompt, write me a prediction of what California will be like 250 years from July of 2026. Claude artificial intelligence large language model musings are printed on archival paper serving as a tangible representation of AI in 2026. Only time will tell if the predictions laid out will be realized. It'll probably be read by AI at that point. And then the last thing that California put in there is a qubit chip. A qubit chip from the University of California reflects some of today's most innovative technological research and highlights California's leading public university system, a key driver of the state's booming innovation economy.
What's a qubit chip? Is that a measure of...
No, that's it right there. I guess it's part of, like, quantum computers.
Okay.
Something that...
Oh, yeah. That's what that would be, yeah.
What we're looking at right there.
So they didn't go totally cheap and flimsy.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to see if there's a publicly available...
put a lock of his hair in there.
Oh, probably.
He's got fabulous hair.
That's what I would say, sir. You should have to go and see if there's a publicly available copy of what Gavin Newsom and his first partner put into that letter, because I have to imagine there's something eye-rolling in it. And
I'm sure that poem is. That's got to be the worst.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the call.
All righty, thanks.
Thanks.
Love the show, and you've got a great guest on this evening.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes. Well, it's we need good guests in here. I love when Sheri shows up. As far as this qubit goes, I would say that there's a good chance that just like, tomorrow night we're going to be watching The Terminator for the Film Club Watch Party, which, by the way, everybody, Film Club Watch Party tomorrow, 9 o'clock. We're going to be watching it together, not talking about it. It's not an assignment. We're watching it together. If you please, I'm telling you, become a sponsor of the show. $5 a month to become a part of the Culture Club. You can sign up anywhere on that Culture Club section on quitefrankly.tv. There's Patreon, Subscribestar, whatever. And of course, we're going to watch this, and then in September, it'll be T2. And in Terminator 2, there are two things that need to be destroyed if truly the entire Skynet timeline is going to be reset and humanity will stand a chance to not have to face the machines. And that is, of course, the hand.
Schwarzenegger? Oh, no,
it's the hand.
Okay.
And it's the chip. The chip from the first Terminator. Those are the two things that need to be destroyed.
I don't remember the film.
No, T2. I'll tell you,
I remember the first one.
That's an interesting question, though. And maybe Dave would be good at this one, but I'm sure people in the chat room would know too. In what case, maybe I'm not remembering it, but Terminator 2 is very unique in the way that most of the people I know Terminator 2. It is a sequel that essentially can stand alone on its own without confusing people. And I know a lot of people who know Terminator 2 backwards and forwards and have never watched the first Terminator.
That's weird. Because he's coming back, right? He comes back and he's bad instead? But
they do a very good job in Terminator 2 of recapping the first one without it being like, a modern Netflix where people, they're just trying to pre-digest it for people who are distracted by their cell phones.
Yeah.
Terminator 2 I think it's top 3 best action films of all time, but it's also unique in where it kind of stands on its own as a sequel.
Okay.
It's odd.
Maybe we'll watch it.
Does anybody agree with me? Anyway.
We're doing a family movie night thing. We, we recorded our first episode, but we didn't put it out because we're trying to figure out where to put it out exactly, because I think it's just going to be audio. But we did Xanadu as our first movie. That was my pick. Because it's a near perfect movie. I'm just saying.
You brought that up. You said that should be
it
should be in this.
So we did family movie night, and I've got my next one picked out, Mommy Dearest, for sure. That's a great family movie. Great family night movie.
You should watch that movie with my parents.
Do they quote it the whole thing?
Have you ever watched it?
I know everything.
I'm telling you, you should come by. You should come by on just a random Sunday night.
All right.
And it'll be like, if we're not watching Hallmark, there are a couple of different movies that, will pop up from time to time. I don't know the last time we watched Mommy Dearest together, but Moonstruck pops up a lot.
You would like the show. There's, the people who did What Not to Wear? The guy's name is Clinton. The woman's, I forgot her name. But she's Stacy. She's got black hair with like gray streaks in it. So they used to do this show and tell people how to dress. They would get somebody who had bad taste in clothes and, give them a new wardrobe or something like that. Now they're doing just a show on the internet. It's 20 years later, where they review the costumes from a bunch of different movies. And they did Mommy Dearest, they did Grease and all that stuff. It's good. It's just really good with all the iconic outfits. You know, when you just like the way a movie looks.
Yeah, and I like a lot of movies because of that. I'll check it out. I mean, we've already watched this past April. We watched Fatso. That was Dave's pick.
Oh yeah, that was good.
And that's the first time I watched that from start to finish, and it was brilliant.
I love Anne Bancroft. I think she's so funny.
Yeah, no, she's good. She's really good. I even like her in small little bit roles, like in Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I've never seen that.
No, you haven't?
No?
No?
Is that Leslie Nielsen in
Yes.
it? Yeah, I never saw
That's
it.
the best.
I know of it, but I never saw it.
I think we're gonna have to watch Dracula Dead and Loving It this October, whenever the hell it is. I'm gonna be watching a lot of movies when the baby's born.
Oh yeah.
So I might as well just stream it live. Everybody just watches it with us. We'll do a mix of some public ones and whatever. But
when's the due date?
November 6th.
All right.
But you know.
Ooh, that's going to be such a fun time.
Aurora was 3 days early.
Okay.
If she's just a little bit earlier than Aurora, I can see her just showing up on Halloween. But I would rather her show up no earlier than November 2nd, because we'll put the Christmas tree up on November 1st. So we can bring her home and the tree will already be up.
I always thought my birthday was on Halloween because we kind of combined it with trick-or-treating my party when I was a little kid. But it's a great time of year to have a birthday.
When's your birthday again?
27th of October.
The 27th. Got you.
Yeah, I'll be 140 this year. 140? Yeah.
Wow, you're just a little younger than my father. Every year his age goes up into like the 180s. I'm 173 years old. It's like at the end of
at this point, it doesn't matter anyway.
What was it? That's like Coming to America. They at the barber shop, and they keep talking about Joe Louis he's older. And hold on, I got to see this part.
That's a great scene.
That's another one that we have to watch. It's on the Coming to America barbershop boxing. Joe Louis. Everyone, we've been 75, 76, 137. And that's it. So
I love it.
I can't wait to watch that. That's just a good one.
Yeah.
Such a 37 years old. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. Let's see here. We got some calls coming in, but first, before we do that, I want to see what the super chatters are saying, because I got to enter them into the raffle for all this great shit.
Get your super chats in.
All right. Let's see.
Does your thing still read the chats when they come in? Or
yeah, I can turn it on. I can. I should.
It's fun sometimes.
It's fun. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
You're right.
living on the edge.
Exactly. I'm gonna start turning that on a little bit more. Let me see here. Southern Girl just resubscribed on Twitch. That is 3 months in a row now. Southern Girl, I'm putting you in there. Southern Girl 007. That's from Twitch. Jay Britt says, happy Thursday, Frank and cousin Sheri. South Carolina here. Jay Britz. All right, South Carolina. Real quick. Let's see here. South Carolina. North Carolina. South Carolina. A challenge coin. A South Carolina 250's work to commemorate it's a challenge coin, and also a South Carolina 250 pin. So a coin and a pin. That's what South Carolina put into the...
This whole thing is a big jingly mess.
I know. It's good.
They're a lot of quarters.
They're going to open it up. It's going to be... I mean, California, they sent a lot of substantial shit.
Okay.
I mean, they put a...
Should put a script in there for a movie that
They put an atomic
might get
bomb.
made.
I know.
You know.
They put an atomic weapon in there, too. They're going to open it up, and Gavin Newsom's atomic accelerator is going to blow up. It's going to be like one of the jet packs from Ghostbusters.
That would be fun.
Let's see. That's...
Was there a picture of this time capsule? Is it a big thing, or you pretty much have to stick to...
I don't know. I'll take a look at that in a second. Remind me. Stowe Stoob says, evening, Frank, cousin Sheri, and especially all the great Franklies out there. Stowe Stoob, thank you so much. We love you. Shotzi says, sending a little support. There's Shotzi. ST says, from one Sheri, like the wine, to another Sheri, salute.
Salute.
There you go. ST. Alien Watcher just sent a little something in. Alien Watcher 420. Let's see who wins it all. I don't know. And then UPS JJ says, innocent until proven guilty, not cause Willie says so. Let's see here. UPS JJ. He won last week. Oh wow, we hold a whole bunch of people. Look at this. Guaranteed Gaming over on the Twitch just essentially made everybody in there a sub.
Really? How many subs did they drop?
Guaranteed Gaming gifted a sub to Phony Pixie Dust, Raymond Dahlman, Be Close to God, Lazarus, Amanda Zahn, Henry, our good friend Henry, Todd Salters, Mary Spirit, Misfit, Mary Spirit again, and Dirty Car and Human Splaining. Guys, all you people there who were just made subs by Guaranteed Gaming, you are sponsors now. If you want to know how you get to tap into your universal perks, obviously you can get specialty perks by going into specialty tiers on Patreon Subscribestar. But as far as the universal perks that you can get through a number of things, including Twitch, directly through quitefrankly.tv, you guys in Twitch are now given access to the secret room, the VIP room on the Quite Frankly Discord. And in that room, pinned to the top of that chat, is where the members-only password on the website, which is where I post all the exclusive links and all the videos and extra, behind-the-scenes photos and, all the discounts and all that other fun stuff. I always have the most current password pinned to the top of that Discord chat, which you only get access to through your Twitch when you're a sub. So you have it. Come on, you just punch your ticket. You punch your ticket to Friday night's movies and everything else. Be there. That's a pretty big deal. And thank you, Guaranteed Gaming. I'm putting you in there a couple of times.
I didn't know you were on Twitch. I remember I used to listen to you on Twitch. And then for some reason, I don't know, you stopped doing it? Now you're back?
I stopped doing it because every night when we weren't copyright free, every night as soon as the stream was over, the entire episode would essentially be unpublished and the episode would be muted because of all the copyright music.
Oh, yeah.
So once I cleaned all that up, I said, why the hell am I not taking advantage of this? And it's been nice to see people, slowly coming back over there. It's nice.
I like Twitch. That was good. That was fun watching on that.
Yeah. Well, Jeannie Yankee fan, thank you. She's in there too. And then Eli P says, I love Sheri shows. She's got to come back on more often.
Yeah, tell Frank to invite me.
I texted you what? Out of nowhere yesterday. See? Yeah. Thankfully you were available. 301, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Mostly I'm available.
Hi, this is Awakened Mom from Foxhole.
Hey there, Awakened.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing well. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to make a couple of points. I wanted to give a shout out to all of my friends on Foxhole. I love you guys so much. We're such a beautiful community.
It is.
And I really appreciate you. Amethyst Cat made a comment, and I just wanted to affirm that I agree with her that the attack on Las Vegas was definitely a botched on the Prince of Saudi Arabia. I agree with her. The battery issue, when you're talking about your batteries.
Can I send it to you?
If it's a car battery, you pay a core charge when you buy a new battery. Take it back to your old place. You get your core charge.
She's being lazy. She's being lazy, Awakened Mom. That's the issue. You can't get around laziness. She just has to do it.
I'd have to go to Walmart or something like that, and I just don't like it.
Oh, I know. But
I usually wait till September to go to Walmart.
I work at a Subaru dealership, so I know all these things.
All right.
And another thing I think I wanted to mention is you were talking about the old houses and how interesting they were to go through. My brother is in construction, and he said that when they built old houses, they had in the newel post at the bottom of the stairs, the builder putting messages in them.
What did you say? A what post?
The Newell post, you know?
No.
You ever see a Christmas Vacation when Clark Griswold cuts off with he goes, fix the Newell post? It's right at the end of the...
Wow, I didn't, I never...
So what kind of message? So it would be like almost like a tradition for a lot of the house builders to put a message into that front Newell post?
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
And so I'm into genealogy, and I can take my family back to 1638 in Boston.
Yeah.
And I can take my family back to the 1500s in Maine. However, my mom's family was from Pennsylvania, Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and my great-great-grandfather built his house. We wanted to try and get into the house, but the college there bought it, and my brother really, really wanted to get into the house before they tore it down because he wanted to go into the Newell post to see what messages they would have left.
And what did they find?
Well, we didn't get a chance because the college didn't let us.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sad. Well, see, nobody cares about the things that mean the most.
No.
You know?
No.
Like I'll tell you.
I love history. I love tracking things.
Old stuff is cool.
I get you.
To destroy what we have.
Well, that made and thank you for the call because that not only control. Oh, by the way, what state are you in?
I'm in Maryland, communist Maryland.
Okay, great. Let me see what. Well, there's DC for you. Let me see what Maryland, and she also said Maine. Thank you for the call. First, I got everybody from Pilled in there while she was giving that story. But that also reminded me of when we were doing our renovations in our house right now in 2023 that summer. What we found when we were essentially tearing apart all of the bathroom and switching some things around in the bathroom. And once all of the drywall was taken away, it was taken down to the studs because a lot of pipes were being refitted into certain parts of the walls. There was actual insulation being put in there too. We found a chicken wishbone in the wall.
My dad probably did put it there.
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know if they open up the walls at all up there, and it's like how did they?
Was it behind the bed?
No. It was in
that weird space.
The second floor bathroom,
okay.
And it is you're just beyond the kitchen, and the entrance was through the living room at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We didn't want there to be a bathroom entrance in the living room. It was just it's family night and people are going in and out of the bathroom and you're just like, it's like it's not good.
I just remember that was every Christmas.
Well, that used to be a dining room, which is even worse.
Yeah.
But either way, when we were correcting that, everything was taken down to the studs, and we found inside, like resting on some of the wood, the studs. Whoever was part of the construction generations ago left there a chicken wishbone in there. So I told the guys, put this back exactly where it went. Mm-hmm. So I held it. It's an old ass wishbone. I said, nobody can break this. Nothing can have this. It has to go right back where we started. And when it was time to start, I just nestled it nice inside the insulation.
Good for you.
Close it up. Oh, I wasn't gonna fucking hex the house.
And you still didn't find my Weeble that I stuck in the heating grate in the bathroom. I thought it might have dropped down to the apartment down below, but
it could have melted. It was a
Weeble, and
I don't know.
As we know, it didn't fall down.
Yeah.
Because it only wobbles.
Anyway, there's a lot. Okay, real quick and the lines are still open. We got 19 minutes left. I just wanted to run through this on Pilled, and we'll get into everything a little bit more in depth afterwards. Wichita Buzz, Icebox, Silly Boar says, hey, Frank and everyone. JR at the Lake. Ginster says, here's to another wonderful evening with the Franklies. Second to Ginster's sentiment, says Tommy Jekyll. Neo says, happy Thursday night, Frank and Franklies. What's up, Neo? Safety Net, happy Thursday, blessings, and Coconut Fund offerings. Much love, Lynn. Tommy Jekyll, Icebox, JR just gave everybody a whole bunch of Icebox gave away a whole bunch of 1 month subscriptions there. So there are people claiming, I'm between Twitch and Pilled, a whole bunch of people have become sponsors just by, or gotten a taste of sponsorship just by merit of the generosity there. It happens on YouTube as well, because YouTube members get all those universal perks too. I posted to the community page, but let's see. Daria L says, I love watching abandoned mansions. I watched some guys on Zorro Ranch yesterday, and they were harassed by cops big time. They found a bag of bones, not sure if it was animal or human remains, but cops weren't interested at all.
They were looking for someone's bones in particular on Zorro Ranch, weren't they?
I don't know. This I didn't catch.
It was something in the emails where it was about to bury a thing on the property. Something in the emails.
So they confirmed something in the emails.
There was something, yeah. I have a terrible memory.
Well, you just watch and listen to a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it was something. So
All
they
right.
found bones. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I love those videos too. Watching, people go through abandoned, like super big mansions, and there's a lot of them because there's the people that have money have so much money. Occasionally, they have a house that they forget about.
Yeah.
And there's some really interesting ones.
See, that's the whole thing here. And I understand there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who have a good head on their shoulders. When you give them a little bit of actionable intelligence, they actually want to go out there and do the work that so many federal and local agencies just don't seem to have the time or the resources to do. Just kick over a few rocks, especially when the people that you're reading their emails have already been convicted or of some really horrible things. So you know that they're not good people.
Right.
So why not just look around? And I know there's a lot of people who have just caught up incidentally in those emails, but
yeah,
I don't know. That's one hell of an incident. Let's see. Doodah Man, Squickly, Amethyst Cat, Happy Thursday, Frank and Sheri, JR, Captain IQ, Code Blue, great show. Captain IQ, Parasite is a Kiss song.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, you do? But you're not. You don't care about it.
Parasite Baby, is that what they say? Da, 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 like that?
Uh-oh. You're
Wrong
getting
song?
stuck in her head now. Tracy says, so there I was in the forest being gooned by a wood booger. Okay.
Wait a minute.
This wood booger was gooning on me. Tommy Jekyll. I got to say, guys.
I don't know if I know what that means.
Gooning, I mean, it just means jacking it.
Got it.
But a wood booger is it's another name for Sasquatch that I didn't know until recently.
That's cute.
Yeah. We were listening to this guy he was giving testimony about old conversations he had with his grandfather about their relationship to them and how they, over generations, his interactions with them in local forests and whatever the hell else, how it was actually just a normal part of life, these things. You seeing them.
Sasquatchy?
Sasquatch or Big Feet. I don't know. Father Larry says blessings. Thank you, Father Larry. J2 Dank sends a little bit of love. Tommy Jekyll again. Hate to buy gold pills during the show, but there's a ghosty out of it. Here's a ghosty out of it. Well, thank you so much for the ghosty. Curious Patriot, always catching you on next day, so I'm going to save the show until tomorrow, but I wanted to throw some love, frankly. Well, thank you so much, Curious. And Powdered Donuts says, I never win anything, but here's a shot. Aiming for the KetoBrainz, but Dong is a great consolation prize. Yes, well, if you can't get the KetoBrainz, then perhaps some Dong. Let me see here.
3,000 of them.
3,000 of them. You will be a god.
You're going to be tired.
In Vietnam. Tommy Jekyll says, quite frankly, a can for Valhalla to be in the raffle. Okay. Well, I got you in there. I added it before. NX17, Amethyst. Dwana Q says, feeling lucky. Great show, Frank and Sheri. Rosie says, am I too late to enter? Never. Kobe Wan and Dean Z says, tossing dimes and picking them right back up. Happy Hanukkah. See, he's trying to tilt things in his favor again. Sorry. Okay.
I thought that was me.
No, I'm sorry. All right. Now, the lines are still open. Let me first go to Maryland from our last caller. Where is Maryland? Here it is. They sent the Maryland Challenge coin. There it is. A challenge coin. It's going to be a very jingly jangly thing.
So jingly.
And then the state of Maryland executive order from Governor Westmore authorized the Maryland 250 Commission to develop the challenge coin. And then Maine sent a letter from the governor.
This is a really boring thing, this whole capsule.
Well, this isn't bad. You know, whatever. A poem from Maine's poet laureate wrote and recited this original poem for the second inauguration of Governor Janet Mills, who's a freak. Yeah. A letter from the governor, Janet Mills, who I'm sure is just going to be, she's either going to be, you know, who the hell is this monster, or she's going to be some kind of like a Mount Olympus creature. Like I wonder how people are going to be remembered in time. You never know how crazy the swing could be. Maine also sent a whale bone.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I like a whale bone.
The North Atlantic right whale is one of the world's most critically endangered large whale species. So they killed one just for this.
Awesome. I would send a Twinkie. A Twinkie in my car battery.
A Twinkie.
I just want to see if it holds up.
You could send a dollar menu cheeseburger.
Yeah, that one we know will be perfectly
preserved.
Just a hardened version of what it was. But Twinkie, I don't know.
I don't know either. They sent some postcards and also a woven bookmark. Kind of looks like a dream catcher.
Okay.
I don't know.
Boring.
Yeah, it is all boring.
I like the whalebone.
But as far as what it looked like, I don't know. It looked circular. It looked like they sent a shoulder blade or something. Is this it? Hold on. Where is the actual time capsule?
I want one that's going to tip my car over, Flintstone style.
That's what it looks like, Sheri.
Oh.
That's what it looks like. Let me see. Is there another one here? Yeah. Okay, so these two things.
Okay. So they're people-sized.
They're about people-sized.
So you could fit a lot more than a coin in there.
Well, it's only 50 states, and it sounds like if people are sending things the size of coins, it's either, you know, computer chips or...
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of paper.
Haven't gone through a lot of it. Yeah, a lot of paper. And then, of course, a synthetic DNA flash drive.
Yeah.
Which a whole lot more in there. So, that's what we have. All right. So you have a book. Tell us about this book. What do you got?
Well, for the next time, what we'll do
okay. Next time.
You know, we don't have to do it now.
Okay.
It's called Curious Questions. Can you see that?
Oh, hold on. Let me get it up there.
Okay.
Shit. Where are you? There. Oh. No. There.
Curious Questions. I'm not even holding it right. Okay.
I see it.
So it's 1868 book. And it's got just a bunch of random questions. I'll just read you a couple of the questions. What we were going to do is we were going to ask the question to ChatGPT and see if they have the same answer. See if history's, you know, jibing.
Oh, yes.
Or, you know, whatever. Like, you know.
So then we're going to have to, then we'll save this for the next time then. Because it's 8:53.
This is what reason have we for supposing that any true likeness of Christ exists? So, you know, what did they know back in 1868? Or who built the Great Wall of China? That probably would be a consistent answer. What great man's surname has become an epithet for a knave? And, you know, it's a bunch of interesting stuff.
And this is all, and there is like, there's the answers are in the back of the book.
Yes, the answers goes into a whole big thing about, you know, there's like, I don't know.
Well, I wonder
questions or 300 questions in this book.
I know that there are some passages in the Bible that talk about Jesus's appearance. Mm-hmm. But as far as the old, like, you know, because it's talking about specifically likeness.
Yes. What reason have we for supposing that any true likeness of Christ exists?
Well,
see what their answer
in 1886, they still have the shroud.
Yeah, I guess, but you'd have to know about it. I don't know.
It was still in Turin in 1886.
And do we have any idea whether the Catholic community knew anything about it? That's a big deal.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was well known. There was not that much science that backed up the miraculous nature of the of the shroud itself at that point. I mean, what we know about it right now of being essentially a photonegative image on a non-photosensitive substrate.
That's an amazing. I watched a bunch of podcasts on that.
No, you can't explain, like, all of the power in the world that we have right now couldn't do what it did without burning that thing to ashes. So it's not normal.
And the lame excuses they gave for why the carbon dating was wrong and stuff way back when.
Somebody's always going to come out every couple of years and try to pull at the shit, because that's just one of those things where, I mean, hell,
it's proof of the resurrection.
Yeah,
because the moment of the resurrection.
Essentially, what it's telling you, what all of the science of that it's all the evidence that's present, baked into the shroud is showing you is the moment, a flash in time, whatever the hell time even means in this respect, when a person is becoming spiritual. It's becoming spirit. Like there's a flash transition of something where he's
enough energy to make an imprint, but not burn the garment.
And it only left it on the most outer fibril parts of it all. Wow. And that's aside from the wounds matching up perfectly and everything. I mean, it's crazy.
And then the other scarf thing too.
The pollen,
not just the shroud. The other thing.
Yeah, the regional pollen. It's crazy. I don't know. What does it say?
Well, okay. I will read you. It says, it's talking about a coin that they found, that the metal has one side, the figure of a head exactly answering the description given by Publius Lentulus of our Savior in a letter sent to him to the Emperor Tiberius and the Senate of Rome. On the reverse side, it has the following inscription written in Hebrew characters: "This is Jesus Christ the Mediator," or Jesus the Great Messiah. And so that's how they're saying they know what he looks like. There's a picture actually
because of a
coin that they found.
It's a first century coin.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Can you see? Wait.
That's their depiction of Jesus?
That's the picture that they have that goes with the.
I'm gonna have to look at this. This is interesting, yeah. But because I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Well.
And so that goes on a little bit. It goes on.
We'll design a couple of different rabbit holes we can jump in next time, especially based on all the books.
I'll leave you this book. I have 3 of them, so you can take a look and find some questions.
Anything we can do based on all of the incredible books that you pick up along the way, that'd be awesome, because that becomes a highly unique segment.
I love it.
I love it too. You think about when that thing was published, and all of a sudden it's sitting here in this room in a form of communication, in a way that we're delivering the human voice over thousands of miles that the publisher would never have been able to conceive of.
Yeah.
It's crazy that it's even just in the room right now.
Yeah.
And before we go, since Las Vegas popped up and we like to talk about mysterious things, here is something that actually popped up for me a day or two ago. I said, I'm going to save this for Thursday. And here it is, just in case I needed it. And now we talked about Las Vegas several times. This is from a couple of years ago. You remember the 911 call of the 8 to 10 foot tall aliens in the backyard in Las Vegas?
Oh, yeah. It was like Mexican people or something like that.
Yeah. Let me see here. Take a listen.
Okay, lady. Me, my dad, and my brother were working on a truck in our backyard, and there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and it's looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually we're terrified of it.
So there's 2 people or 2 subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large.
This frantic 911 call happened not long after extraordinary footage was captured on a Las Vegas police officer's body cam. A green flash coming from the sky. At least 21 different people across the region reported seeing. And because of this, when officers arrived on the scene, they took the family's call seriously. This is the body cam footage of the responding officers. The family is gathered in the driveway, clearly shaken. The teenage son keeps insisting he saw what he saw.
Get in the house, people.
What did you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
Angel Kenmore, a 16-year-old resident, reported that the family heard a loud crash in their backyard before they would encounter two large figures estimated to be 8 to 10 feet tall.
They said they saw something fall from the sky. They checked their backyard and they saw something with like 8 to 9 feet, no clothes, green-colored men, not human, with like the eyes were glowing and they did not. It was not a human being.
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
Because I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard, or?
They see like a big. That's what they say. They see like a big.
When officers arrived, they reportedly searched the backyard. However, this portion of the footage was strangely redacted.
Yeah.
The case was closed just days later, and despite that, people online have kept the case alive, claiming that actual alien beings can be seen in the video. Scott Roeder, a veteran crime scene reconstruction expert, conducted an extensive forensic analysis of the footage, revealing what he claims are at least 2 beings using some sort of cloaking device, visible right behind the gate. Angel later went online to address the situation, and also claimed that strange individuals, believed to be men in black, visited the property not long after the incident, even suggesting that the entities may not have been aliens at all, but demons.
Okay, what's going on over there?
Okay. Well, listen, what was going on right behind the fence that just looks like, I mean, they're flashing flashlights.
Did those people say that those are not people that are in their family? I mean, because they seem so close. They seem like they're actually part of it. The things that they're circling, anyhow.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't particularly see it, and I think all of the stuff that has been overlaid just kind of looks silly, especially when they drew the actual gray alien looking thing. I was like, okay.
I want to know what happened still in Florida with that whole where all the police cars were going to that mall or something.
Yeah, I know. That was it was reports of Nephilim.
So what does Nephilim look like?
That's the thing. There's so many people out there just saying, "Hey, listen, I was there that night. It was a bunch of kids." But you don't say it looked like Grand Theft Auto when you get the 5 stars though on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that's not a normal police response.
No, it's not. So that's just one of those things where whatever you want to believe is going to be it. But the Las Vegas one was always very odd because everybody seemed very sober about the thing, and it's hard for 8 to 10 foot tall people to be just shadows that you misconstrued as 8 to 10 foot tall people.
Yeah,
and
that family looks dead serious. I'm surprised they're outside. A little surprised about them just being so boldly outside.
I would be.
I'd be hiding in a bathroom.
I'd be nuts. That'd be nuts to me. Okay, well, listen, everybody. Let us hold on. Let me just make sure I get everything over here on Rumble. From the Quite Frankly Rumble, we have Jay Semo says, "Put me in for the Zimbabwe and the Dong raffle. Great show." I have Jay in here. Let me see. Zimbabwe and the Dongs. Let's see. And then also we have G. Fontes. "Damn, I'm in Florida, west of Tampa, along the coast. Just a lightning strike with the longest rolling thunderbolt I've ever heard. Maybe 10 seconds long, not in between. Used to judge distance away." G. Fontes going through some stuff out there. 119. Be careful out there. Be careful out there. Okay, guys and gals. Well, without further ado, hold on. Let me make sure that nobody sent anything else in. Jay Brits, good. So we're all good there. Real quick, other things that people would put into the time capsule for $250. Many people said a Bible. My copy of the Deep State Encyclopedia. Mine's right over here by our good friend Grace. Really graceful.
What does it look like? You got a physical copy?
Oh hell yeah! This is the big. Everybody should go buy this from Grace.
Yeah.
I hope that she puts out a volume 2, 3, and 4. There's plenty of stuff that she can do, But this was very well done.
We need more volumes. We need like just regular conspiracy theory. We need alien version. We need a lot of stuff.
Anybody who does what we do and digs how we dig needs reference books like this out there, because Grace knows exactly. Grace knows exactly what needs to be referenced and when. So go and pick it up. A drive with all episodes of Quite Frankly on it. Can you imagine? That would be one. I would finally get my day in the sun 250 years later. It'd be the only thing they can watch.
Who was this Frank podcaster they talked about?
And he's embarrassing, but he's also kind of fun to watch as he embarrasses himself every night. Bodie Bear says, a Big Mac. Whoever digs it up might be hungry, and we know it won't be moldy.
Perfect.
Cammy Hell says the Constitution, to which I replied, remember that thing? Let's see, a pair of Crocs, an energy drink, DVD of Mission Impossible 2.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, a ham radio. Maybe we can talk about what the future is like. A fidget spinner. Notebook with schematics of all the ancient structures that we know about and projected path of the Black Knight satellite. Also, maybe some choice memes. Oh, yes. That would be great. Yeah. Modern day hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
A guitar, Summa Theologica of Thomas Aquinas, all kinds of seeds. Well, they got that down in Antarctica.
Yeah.
There's a lot there. But guys, listen, go onto that community thread, put your own thing there, talk to other people. That's the whole point. And let's see who wins first, the Keto Brains and the Copper, which this is a full bag of Keto Brains. So, okay, the first one up, let's see. Over to Name Picker we go. Out of 128 entries, the first one up is Wichita. Wichita Buzz. Wichita Buzz. There you go. So thank you to Tony Arterburn of Quite Frankly.gold. Go to Tony Arterburn, Quite Frankly.gold. Even if you just wanted to stack a couple of ounces, if you use promo code Frankly at Quite Frankly.gold, you're going to get free physical silver no matter what you buy. He's throwing in some dimes or something. You're getting free silver. And then, of course, Keto Brains, which Wichita, you're just going to function just so much better. You're going to love it. Thank you so much. Use promo code August on Keto Brains. Now, here is the big 5-ounce 250 coin. 5 ounces of copper and 2 1956 silver quarters. And, of course, the dongs and the Zimbabwe coins. Let's see, the Zimbabwe fiat. And it goes to, come on, Flappy. Who, I don't even know what, I don't know what, I forget which chat room they are in, but Flappy has won.
Congratulations, Flappy.
Congratulations, Flappy. So that's it. You guys, whoever won, get in touch with me, Frank at quitefrankly.tv. And everybody else, thank you so much. We're going to bring you over to the flip side for a little bit, and I hope that I see a lot of you tomorrow night for the movie night. No Friday morning coffee stream tomorrow because we're going to Lauren's getting a 29-week or 30-week scan, so we get to see the baby tomorrow. Damn. So yeah, it's been a long time since we
29 weeks. Oh my god,
that's at 9.
That's when I had Trevor.
Yeah, oh, man.
Well, it was actually, 31 weeks. I went into the hospital at 29 weeks.
And you stayed there for 2 weeks?
Yeah. Through Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I was too young. I didn't remember any of this stuff that was going on. I was probably hearing the updates swirl around me.
I was in Peekskill, and then by the time they broke my water, I had to go down to the county hospital in Valhalla. Because I couldn't accommodate him.
Now he's in his 30s.
Sure is.
My gosh. Time flies. Mm-hmm. Well, guys, listen, I hope you all had a good time. I certainly did. Sheri, I hope you had a good time.
I did.
And we're still got a little bit to go. So come over to quitefrankly.tv. I'll put the links in the chat. Thank you to Badlands for hosting us on a Thursday night. Hope we brought you a little something to just chill out with, something to have a refreshment to, and to wind down a little bit. And we will see you all very soon. So over the weekend, who knows? I'll probably be going live Saturday night at some point. I'll let you all know. But tomorrow, the 10:30 stream is postponed because we have a 9:45 appointment. So that's not gonna work. But you never know where I pop up anyway. So I guess you can have your first sip of coffee without me. And we'll see you all soon. Cousin Sheri. All right, have a good one, everybody.
Thanks for having.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yes. Quite Frankly, filmed before a live studio audience. And now, our Super Chatters starring Jay Brits, Stostoom, Shotzi, ST, Alien Watch, Spicy Chemist. Don't forget about Nashville Christmas bombing. Oh, where did this one pop up from? I didn't see you there, Spicy. I'm so sorry. Misfit and Tefros gifting all types of stuff. And then Guaranteed Gamer gifting subs to so many people. Thank you for all the wonderful help over there on Twitch, making it a great experience for people, guys. To our Rumble Ranters and our Gold Pillars, you're the best. Love you all, and I will see you very soon. Head over to quitefrankly.tv. I'm dropping the links in the chat room right now.